So you met 3 or more EB-1A criteria, but your case was still denied, and you're wondering, what happened? This is one of the most common and frustrating experience for EB-1A petitioners. The answer lies in something called the final merits determination. It's a stage of the process that's often misunderstood and overlooked. Yet, it's the part that decides everything. In this video, I'll explain what the final merits determination actually is, why it's the reason many strong EB-1A petitions fail, and what you can do to make sure that your EB-1A petition passes this critical stage. Let's begin. USCIS evaluates every EB-1A petition in 2 distinct stages. Stage 1 is the regulatory criteria test, where USCIS determines whether you meet at least 3 out of the 10 eligibility criteria. So think of original contribution, judging the works of others, playing a leading or critical role in a distinguished organization. Those 10 criteria that you see on the USCIS policy manual. Stage 2 is the final merits determination. It's where USCIS steps back and, taken as a whole, does this evidence show that you are among the small percentage at the top of your field? So think of it like this. Passing the first stage opens the door. Passing the second is what gets you in. This stage is the qualitative review of your case. It's not just counting evidence, but weighing its depth and credibility. USCIS officers look for sustained acclaim, not just activity. So while someone might actually meet 3, 4, or even 5 criteria, if the evidence is shallow, repetitive, or weakly supported, it won't carry much weight. So for example, maybe a minor professional membership in an association may meet the criteria, but because it doesn't show a lot of distinction, it won't pass the final merits. A publication in an obscure journal might give you the criterion, but if it's considered low impact, it won't muster the final merits determination. Remember, the officer's focus is always, does this body of evidence together prove that this person truly stands out? A lot of people focus on value versus strategy. They throw in every single document to see what sticks. But when USCIS evaluates everything holistically, weaker evidence can actually dilute your petition. I've seen this happen with some of my clients who were able to meet 3 or 4 of the criteria, but who insisted on submitting everything, and that was to their detriment. Unfortunately, this happens all the time. The final merits determination measures where you stand within your field, not just what you have done. It's a comparison between your level of achievement and the overall level of excellence that you have achieved. So for example, let's say you are a top software engineer at a leading global company, and your work is impacting a very important product that is used by millions or maybe billions of people across the globe. That's powerful qualitative evidence. It may not just meet the leading or critical role criterion, but it also demonstrates that a top company trusts you with responsibilities reserved for elite professionals at the top of their game. This is what the officer is looking for. Evidence that your success exists within a high caliber environment. So you should focus on the right criteria. Choose the ones that naturally align with your field of expertise and your strongest, higher impact accomplishments. Make your evidence deep, not wide. Fewer exhibits with real weight are far more persuasive than a bunch of attachments that don't have any value. Always tell a cohesive story. Every piece of evidence should reinforce the same narrative, that you are among a select few in your field with sustained acclaim. And frame your role within your field. Connect your achievements with the significance of your company, your industry, or area of specialization. And remember, always avoid filler. Weak or irrelevant documentation signals a lack of judgment and can lower the perceived credibility of your case. So now you know why strong EB-1A petitions sometimes fail and what you can do to make yours stronger. But here's something else that you should know. If you're a professional who wants to live and work in the United States without the ties of a U.S. employer, there are other paths available. The EB-2 National Interest Waiver. It's a completely different strategy, and it doesn't require a job offer, and it could still lead to a U.S. green card. In my next video, I break down how to get approved for an EB-2 NIW without a job offer or a U.S. sponsor. So if you want to understand all of your options and see if the EB-2 NIW is right for you, make sure to watch the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.